Brazilian astronaut Marcus Pontes out of view in this in-cabin view, seated in the right seat of the Soyuz. T-minus 1 minute from launch. The Soyuz is now on internal power. The first umbilical tower separates from the booster, less than a minute away from the launch of the 13th expedition crew and a Brazilian astronaut to the International Space Station. 30 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds, and the second umbilical tower moves away from the Soyuz. T-minus 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Liftoff of the Soyuz rocket transporting Jeff Williams, Pavel Vinogradov, and Marcus Pontes to their microgravity home in space.
Seconds to flight nominal. 40 seconds.
Now 40 seconds into the flight of the Soyuz, all systems
is
normal. The Soyuz is heading toward a link up with the International Space Station 2 days from now.
50 seconds. Pressure inside the cabin is nominal. 60 seconds. Your pitch and roll are nominal. Everything is fine on board. Everything is nominal.
A good roll and pitch program according to flight controllers as the Soyuz heads towards the space station.
All the control systems are nominal. 90 seconds. Thrusters are functioning nominally.
A good first stage performance, the Soyuz delivering 102 pounds of thrust from its 4 boosters and single engine. The first stage of the Soyuz measures 68 feet in length, 24 feet in diameter as it burns for the first 2 minutes and 6 seconds of flight.
Soyuz vehicle confirmed, everything's nominal.
The jettison of the 4 strap-on boosters confirmed. They have completed their job and have dropped away at an altitude of 28 statute miles. The Soyuz is traveling at about 3,350 miles an hour.
Stabilization is stable. Everything is nominal on board. We're feeling fine.
Now 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the flight, the escape tower and launch shroud are jettisoned.
All control systems are functioning nominally. $190. All the parameters.
Brazilian astronaut Marcus Pontes in this view. His first flight into space.
Copy. $210.
now about 3.5 minutes into the flight of the Soyuz. It should be at an altitude of about 66 statute miles, traveling at a speed of 5,483 miles an hour.
Stabilization is steady. Everything's nominal on board. We'll continue our ascent, and we're feeling fine.
The Soyuz second stage performing as advertised. The second stage of the Soyuz is 56 feet in length, 13.5 feet in diameter. The single engine providing 96 tons of thrust for its 3 minutes and 28 seconds of operation.
Control systems are nominal. I am inputting 31 000 40 7 13. I've keyed that in. Copy. Do I get a go to send the command? Yes, you have our go. In work. 33 000 47 13. I've keyed that in, and I confirm. 130 meters, 05 for approach. We copy.
The Soyuz now has begun its final approach to the International Space Station. You can see in the center of the crosshairs on this view from the external camera on the Soyuz, that is the nadir or earthward-facing docking port of the Zarya module, the Zarya being the first element of the International Space Station launched back on November 20th, 1998, to begin the construction of the International Complex. Now you're seeing the Soyuz moving ever so slowly in for its expected docking. Docking expected about 6 minutes from now, possibly a minute or two earlier, depending on how comfortable the Russian flight controllers are with the rate of approach, which at the moment is right on the money.
Station Houston, Space to Ground 1 for Bill and power.
Target, and practically within the crosshairs there is some movement relative to yaw and roll, more for yaw than for the roll. We are moving directly towards.
As you see the Soyuz drift back and forth, that is the function of the core's automated docking system on the Soyuz that is feeding radio beacon and navigational information back into the Soyuz computers to precisely align the forward docking probe with the Zarya module itself. About 60 meters separating the Soyuz from Zarya. The approach going very smoothly, no issues being worked by the flight control teams.
50 meters and 0.34 for the approach rate. Ground copies. The target is a little bit lower than we need to, and to the right. And I have SSVP.
Just 40 meters separating Soyuz from its destination on the International Space Station, closing at a rate of about 0.2 of a meter per second. It is a perfect approach by the TMA-8 for its link up to the International Space Station. Now switching to a wide view, you can see a good view of the International Space Station. On the far upper right-hand corner is the Canadarm2, the Canadian-built station robotic arm that has made it to the Destiny laboratory of the International Space Station. On the far lower left-hand corner of your screen, down at the lower end of the Russian segment of the station, is the older Soyuz TMA-7 spacecraft that will be the ride home on the early morning of April 9th, Kazakhstan time, April 8th, U.S. time, for Bill MacArthur, Valery Tokarev, and Brazilian astronaut Marcus Pontus. Again, this view of Russian ground stations from the external camera on the Soyuz vehicle. We've passed out of range of the tracking and data relay satellite system network, so we are not receiving views from the external cameras on the International Space Station through the U.S. communication system on the complex. The recorders on board the station, however, are capturing those views for replay as soon as we do reacquire a television downlink capability through the U.S. system. Just 36 meters separating the Soyuz from the Zarya module docking port, again closing at a rate of about 0.2 of a meter per second. The solar arrays on both the U.S. and Russian segments of the International Space Station were feathered some time ago. Feathering the arrays puts them in an edge-on configuration to prevent any inadvertent pluming of those delicate arrays by the jet thruster firings on the Soyuz vehicle as it fine-tunes its final few feet of approach for link-up to the Zarya module. Flight Director Konstantin Grigoriev reports everything is normal. One final slight rotation, updating the computers on the Soyuz, precisely aligned now with the Zarya docking port just 19 meters away, closing at a rate of 0.1 of a meter per second.
Range is approximately 15 or 12 meters. We copy. Target is 1 degree to the right and half a degree higher.
Pavel Vinogradov reports a good approach.
I see a roll.
14 meters separating the two spacecraft. Good closure rate. 10 meters now, according to the visiting vehicle officer and mission control in Houston.
Target is 1 degree to the right.
Now 7 meters separating the two spacecraft. Flight controllers standing by for contact and capture of the International Space Station.
1 degree to the right, 1 degree lower. We copy. Rate 017. Standing by for contact.
Docking confirmed.
Mechanical capture. Okay, well, congratulations to everyone. This is the final stop for our train. The train...
Docking confirmed at 8:19 a.m. Moscow time, 10:19 p.m. Houston time on Friday night, right on the money, right on time, as the two craft passed over China near the Russian, Kazakh, and Mongolian borders. New residents have arrived at the International Space Station.